All right, here we go. So problem number 4 is going to be based on x squared, not x cubed. So at home, if it says x cubed, change it to x squared. Okay? And then we're going to talk about... Is it recording? No? Oh, is it still trying to focus? There we go. Thank you. All right. So, we have the vertical shift, 4 units down. Okay? So remember, when we're writing this, we always go g of x is equal to space, parentheses, space, x, space, parentheses, space. Okay? And that x, right? This x and the squared, x and the squared, okay? We always know whether it's to the first power or second power, or even third power. It's going to be x squared. Always space, 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 space. So that we have horizontals and verticals. We have stretches and shifts. Okay? So shift is always to the right. Stretches are always to the left. Or compressions. Right? Okay. Then we step through it one at a time. If it's followed by, right, then that makes us go to the next one, h of x. Okay? So followed by tells us to go to the next function. Okay? Prior to that, I'm going to do vertical shift. Shift means plus. Vertical means f of x. Down means minus and 4. So plus or minus means minus, right? Plus a negative. That means f of x minus 4. That means the whole function. In other words, when I'm shifting, it's to the right. If it's horizontal, it's inside. If it's vertical, it's outside. So it's minus 4. Okay? Now, once I do that, remember, I always have these 4 spaces. So I always have equals, space, parentheses, space, x, space, parentheses, space. But in here, I'm going to have minus 4. Okay? So I still have that space out there. But because I have to put this minus 4, now I have to do this. I have to say that's that function now. That's the function. Okay? But it has nothing to do with inside the square. It's outside. Okay? But now I still treat this the same as I treated it before. Okay? So, I take a look and go, okay, horizontal, that means x opposite, right? Horizontals, hors do the opposite of what you want. Okay? So, horizontal, x opposite, they're the x for a reason, because they did the opposite of what you wanted them to do. Okay? Shift. Shift is plus. 3 units left. Left is minus. That means x opposite, plus a minus 3. Oh, whoops, my bad. I'm looking at the second problem, right? Oh.
Yeah, I heard that. We didn't finish that.
We didn't finish that problem. My bad. All right. Take a step back. That's next problem. Take a step back. We're talking about this problem, followed by vertical stretch. Okay, so vertical means what? F of x, right? So that's the whole function. It's not f of x anymore, though, is it? It's g of x. We're talking about the g of x, right? This was the g of x, right? The new one will be h of x, but what we're talking about is g of x. Stretch, multiplication by 8. So we're multiplying that g of x by 8. Remember, these are your stretches. Horizontal, vertical. So vertical stretch, boom. Okay? So verticals always do what you want. You don't change it. You don't do the opposites, right? And that's it. That's your function. Now, you can rewrite this. This is 8 times x squared minus 4. Now remember, the 8 is times this times that, right? So it's really x squared minus 4 times 8, right? Which is what?
8x squared minus 32.
8x squared minus 32. Yeah, because nothing was in here to get squared, so it's actually kind of easy to do. If something goes in there, it's a lot harder. It spreads out a lot more. Does that make sense? So that's your extra credit, right? But that might be on the state test. That's why I want you to know how to do that, just in case. Does that make sense? Just following the rules of your parentheses. Okay, you're going to do what's in the parentheses first. These parentheses first. X squared. Okay, boom. These parentheses, minus 4. And then, okay, then that's x squared minus 4. Okay. Then what's outside of those? The 8. So it's going to be 8 times x squared, 8 times 4. And that's where you get 8x squared minus 32. All right, let's do the next one. Should I stop there? And then restart it for 5? Yeah?